And good Saturday morning. I'm your friend Scotty Ray. How are you today? I'd like to welcome you to Scotty Ray's Weather as we'll recap what's going on locally and nationally. There's a lot going on nationally as we look at weather this morning with hurricanes. There's three different little systems out there that are going to cause havoc, two of which is going to happen this weekend. Let's turn and take a look at that this morning. Our forecast being brought to you by EMEPA, your Touchstone Energy Cooperative. As we go to our first one, we mentioned that it was a tropical storm headed for Texas several days ago, and we've been kind of tracking that. It was expected to come ashore around Corpus Christi. It has now moved south and it's expected just north of Brownsville, and it'll come in here and then cross on into Texas. It's a Category 1. It's going to make landfall later today, not too awful long from now. I'm sure everybody will be on top of this, as I will, to let you know. As we look at our hurricane warnings, we have tropical storm warnings up around Port O'Connor and then down around Brownsville. Port Mansfield to Corpus Christi is where the hurricane warning is listed for. It's most likely going to come ashore right through here, just barely north of Brownsville, and cross on in to Mexico after it makes landfall. That's the projected path there. What is the rainfall? It won't affect us like we were expecting earlier. It's going to be from Lake Charles down to Brownsville, Texas there, all the way through Houston, these areas there, through Monday. Now, we're going to get rain, but not from this system. As we look at our next one, we have Douglas, a hurricane that is headed toward Hawaii this morning also. And then, of course, we've been watching Gonzales. Let's go over to radar and take a look at all what's going on with this morning as we closely watch these hurricanes. First off, let me back out. We're going to start in Texas is where we're going to start at, and then we'll move over from there. All right, as we go in to look at this is where Hanna the hurricane, she's just not far from making landfall here. And again, what we've got here is Corpus Christi here. You've got Brownsville, Texas here, so it's coming ashore just due south of Corpus Christi and due north of there. Edinburgh, McAllen, right through that area there is where it's going to come, as you can see there, and it'll come on across the Rio Grande City, if you know where that is there in Texas, and then on into Mexico. That's the path of that, and that's going to happen here in just a little bit. Now, as we back out, and that's a Category 1 is where it is right now. And let's zoom in and take a look at the wind speed on that. 75-mile-an-hour wind speeds at this point. Hanna, Category 1 right now, moving west at 9 miles an hour. So she's moving slow. Let's go over to Hawaii. I haven't been there in person myself, but I've known several people that have. Right now, it is sitting, and let's take a look at this, of what she is. She's a Category 3 right now, Douglas is. So it's a he. Let me correct myself. Wind speed of 110 miles an hour. Now, as it moves into Sunday at 1 a.m., is expected to downgrade to a Category 1 and have wind speeds of about 86. And then as we move up, it'll have 81 mile an hour. And they're saying just as it comes ashore there on Monday, they're looking at a Category 1 at 75 mile an hour winds. That's projected. A lot can happen in between now and then. So Hawaii, and then as you zoom in on this, and as I said, I've never been there. This is going to be affecting Honolulu and these areas. So I don't know the area probably as well as some of you who have had the opportunity to fly out and go to Hawaii. Beautiful place, I'm told. What they're extremely worried about in Hawaii right now is the cases of the coronavirus. They've got a bunch, and then they all got to hunker down together and make the best of a bad situation. Now, we're still watching this system, Gonzalo, if I'm pronouncing that correctly, that is headed toward Aruba. We won't know much about this storm until Monday after all this kind of goes about and it makes its mind up what it wants to do. Right now, it has 40-mile-an-hour winds. Gonzalo is making its way just a tropical storm there, and we'll see as it develops here in the next little bit what happens when it gets this open water and what direction that it will take. As we go back and we take a look at what's going on close to us, out here in the Gulf between south of New Orleans, out in the Gulfport has got some showers there that are coming ashore. They're going to be northeasterly through there. And then here we are sitting here, no rain at the present time. The National Weather Service tells us for today we're going to be getting rain later. We got some sprinkle chances in between now and 2 o'clock. But after 2 p.m. is when we'll hit that 50% chance of rain. High today is going to reach about 91. The heat index, 98, 99. That will continue tonight with a 50% chance of rain, 40% tomorrow. So the weekend is so-so. As we break into Monday is when things will change. We'll have a 50% chance of rain on Monday. By Tuesday, it will increase to 70% chance of rain and still have that on Wednesday. Now, highs are going to be 89, 90, 91 all through this rain period there as we move forward. Let's go ahead and take a look at what to expect for the 7-day forecast for our area over the next few days. Now, this includes Butler, Alabama, is all well across through there. As we get past this weekend mark, as I said, beginning Monday is 60% and then increasing Tuesday and then keeping that 60 to 70% chance all the way through Friday. Now, those could go up or down a little bit. We're still a week out from that. We'll watch that. But definitely letting us know that after the weekend, it's going to be wet. We'll have some time to get a few things done this weekend before it all pours down. This afternoon we'll get it, but tomorrow a 40% chance. So get what you've got to get done during the weekend before we get into next week and everything just becomes wet once again. Again, we'll be watching these hurricanes as they make their way toward Texas today and also Hawaii, of what's coming up with that. That's a closer look at what's going on with weather this morning. Again, I appreciate you watching and being a part of this every day. If you wouldn't mind, tell a friend, share it with them, and invite them. And I want to thank our sponsors that helped me out and bring this about. Hooper's on 22nd Avenue, also Rick Justice Automotive, Piggly Wiggly of Collinsville, also MEPA, your Touchstone Energy Cooperative, Graphics Guru, SM Automotive, and San Marcos Mexican Restaurant. Thanks for being a part of this and watching Scotty Ray's Weather.